Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here with the best little dog around, Karma Angelo, in a mid-afternoon walk. Let's get those thumbs up, already 5 people in there. So Elon Musk, a great guy, right? He's just super fantastic. I love Elon Musk. Don't you love Elon Musk? SpaceX, Neuralink, Tesla. He's a genius. Let you know something. SpaceX, a little fishy to me. Why is it a little fishy to me? Well, you got a guy like Elon who says, we're going to the moon and we're going to Mars, but we keep using the same technology that supposedly got us there in the 60s, but no other large nation, state, or company could replicate, and he's far from the first person to get in the game. People like Branson, you could say Bezos at the same time, 73 watching, 18 likes. So why am I talking about him today? Well, seems like that rocket technology is good for something. It may not be good for getting us into space, but it's great for Starlink. He's got a bunch of satellites going up. Starlink satellites. And remember, what's he pushing? Neuralink in your head. And what's he got? Self-driving cars. And all of these things are the next wave, 5G. Elon Musk is a person that likes to tell you that unfortunately, human beings just aren't going to be able to compete in the future. We're not going to be smart enough, quick enough, built enough. We're going to be fragile things. In fact, artificial intelligence, our only hope is to merge with AI. Merge with AI. Karma, you going to merge with AI? I don't think she's doing it. If she's not doing it, guys, I don't know if I'm going to do it either. 117 watching, 41 likes. Let's double the likes. Let's get it to 80 before this broadcast is over, okay? So let's break this down. Elon Musk, he's been around for a while. He's cool, he's hip, he's a demagogue of sorts, right? He's smoking weed with Joe Rogan. How cool is he? He's great, and Teslas are the best cars out there. They're going to save the environment. Oh, look, a lot of the things that Mr. Musk has been pushing on you have been limited hangout technologies that we far surpassed years ago, that still enslave people rather than empower them. And with Neuralink, a device that's going to be implanted into your skull behind your ears with 4 fiber optic wires tethered into your nervous system via your brain. Neuralink, Starlink, satellites, self-driving cars, 5G, jokes about being able to control human consciousness. No one else is concerned. And it's just funny to me that all this is being brought to you by a guy that's pushing 2 things. Number 1, we're going to space! SpaceX. For everyone, for whatever reason, that can donate, keep it up. Thank you, Flick. I love you, Flick. You're the man. So, he's pushing the space thing, but then he says, well, there's a very small chance that we live in base reality. Well, let me ask you something. If there's such a small chance that we live in base reality and somehow we are a glorified version of GTA 5 or whatever other sandbox game you want to talk about, and thumbs this up, guys, 163 watching, any kind of sandbox game, well, reality stops. Everything else is just an illusion. It's like, yeah, you might be able to see the moon in the game, but you can't go to the moon, right? So if that's the case, Mr. Musk, and we're not in base reality, why are you trying to go to space? Is the space thing just a diversion to get your satellites up so that you can help control the populace in a, I don't know, pseudo-dystopian technopolist agenda, Mr. Musk? That's what it feels like to me, guys. I don't know about you, but I don't know how I can trust a person that has lied on so many levels, isn't talking about new types of propulsion technologies, instead is focusing on old ones. And what are those old technologies good for? Well, guess what? Devin Paulding, thank you so much. Best I can do right now. Keep it up, Jason. Hey, we appreciate all the super chats. So what is rocket technology good for? It is great for getting satellites and equipment into space. It's great for putting things in Earth's orbit. What are satellites good for? Relaying all sorts of information. 90 likes, 200 plus watching. Let's get those likes up. Let's get to 150. Come on, baby. Let's do it. This is an important one. So while Musk is in the backdrop, failing again and again and again to get us into space human being style in in Mars and the moon with his rockets and SpaceX, he's very successful at getting satellites into place, at getting more cars on the road, at getting more people behind the idea of artificial intelligence and merging with it at some point. That man must become machine, that we don't have souls, that we're just part of a simulation anyway. I mean, he clicks a lot of boxes that I don't like. A charismatic type of leader that on the surface, it sounds great. Oh, we're going to get rid of gasoline. Folks, they could have got rid of gasoline a long time ago. But it's such a mechanism for profiteering and power that they don't want to get rid of it. And, you know, as gasoline or oil goes by the wayside, what did they invest in the last 15, 20 years? Shale and that type of natural gas. Believe me, there are things that are more efficient, but they would be out of their control. And that's the truth about this whole thing. And that's why Musk is super suspicious to me. Super suspicious. Because, again, what is Musk saying? Well, we've already gotten a chimpanzee to control a computer with the brain chip. Neuralink, it's going to be for everybody. And this is first wave, guys. This is first generation brain chip. Think about that first touchscreen phone, that iPhone 1. Didn't even have 3G on it, right? Didn't even have 3G. What are we talking now? 2006, 2007, that first iPhone comes out. We're in 2019. The new one has 3 separate cameras on it. There's ones out there with 5 separate cameras on it. They all do different things. They have incredible sensors on them. There's different microphones on each device. There's GPS built in. You know, there's 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM in every device. By all stretches of the imagination, these things are competing with some of the computers that were put on the market just a couple of years ago. Some of the beefier ones, if not better. Think about that. We've got all that technology and we're going to flip it. What's a brain chip going to be like 15 years down the line? Well, it's going to give you a really cool retinal display if you get this attachment. And sure, you'll have to get rid of your biological eye, but by then, they'll be able to clone an eye with some really nice nanobot technology and some really cool cameras that they can, you know, then store something on a drive-like device that you can access in your brain without the computer at all. You see, all this brain to computer interface technology, it's old hat. DARPA's been doing it forever. In fact, I often point to this, but DARPA already has devices that you don't have to implant, but you can merely put on your head, and it will read your brainwaves, and you are going to be able to control what with it? A fighter drone. All right, so they've already weaponized this technology to the point where it's a wearable tech, much like my smartwatch. It doesn't have to be embedded into the system, but what do you want? You want something that's embedded into the system. You want something that's track, trace, database, 24/7, 365, awake or asleep. You want something that gives you internal access to somebody's mind. After all, if you got a brain chip in somebody and they're already in your driverless car, if they ever start to speak out and for some reason, those post-hypnotic suggestions that you might be pumping in via that brain chip. Oh, you're talking about conspiracy theories, Jason. But let's say that's not working. Let's say, you know, they were dumb enough to get the chip, but for some reason, that human spirit and will is too much. Well, doesn't matter. They drive a self-driving car anyway that's hooked to our nice little 5G Starlink system. And instead of, you know, having to hack a computer Michael Hastings style, we'll have much better access to it. And we can just, you know, not drive it into a tree or anything. Maybe just drive it right off the road in a nice, opportune moment. I mean, we're going to have so many more opportunities with our algorithms analyzing everybody's situation and personality. Thank you, Mr. Musk. So guys, on the way out, I'll say this. Please thumbs this video up. Please realize that you are a human being and you actually do have what's known as a superpower. It's called human consciousness. It's called discernment. It's called the ability to choose between right and wrong, aka free will. I believe you have it. Karma, do you believe in free will, baby? I believe in free will. You can make decisions. You don't have to listen to people. You don't have to be a lemming. You know, if I listen to people, flick off another one. Did you see the recent interview on RT with Assad? I'm actually doing a Syria video later. I'm going to be going over that. I'm going to be going over Trump talking about taking the oil and putting military troops there. I'm going to talk about the bombings that just happened. I'm going to talk about the death of one of the British soldiers that supposedly helped start the white helmets and a lot more. So that Syria video hopefully is going to be coming up later tonight. I'm also going to be doing Mixed Martial Mindset with John Fitch at 6 p.m. So that's coming up in a little bit, over an hour and a half from now, where we're going to discuss the fights from this weekend and a whole lot more, including Khabib Nurmagomedov once again calling Conor McGregor a rapist. And that's not what you see in the headlines. No, it says he has to win 10 more fights before he fights him. What? And by the way, I see 161 thumbs. Can we get it to 200 before I go? We're on the tail end right here, guys. I'm telling you that I do it 3 to 7 times a day, that I cover all sorts of topics from Epstein to Nexium to the Bilderberg Group to the Council on Foreign Relations to Tulsi Gabbard to Julian Assange, Roger Stone, Robert Mueller, and much, much more. We cover alternative treatments. Karma here. She gets diagnosed now in 4 days. It'll be 3 months officially. On November 15th, it'll be 3 months. She was given 2 weeks to 2 months to live. I could have listened to the veterinarian. I could have given her the dope meds, which she was on for 2 days, which I added to the other treatment, which is the Joe Tippins treatment, mycancerstory.rocks. And instead, right then, by the 3rd day, she was on the full treatment of what? Fenbenzidol, you can buy it at any grocery store. Vitamin E, you can buy it at any grocery store. Turmeric, curcumin, with the biome, I think it's like 1650 or 1950 milligrams. It's excellent. And CBD, high grade. I get it from Honest Paws, 17%. And my dog is limping less than she was. It does not appear that she's suffering in any way. I don't know whether she's going to be around another 3 months, another 6 months. But again, I was told 2 weeks to 2 months, and within a week, call to see if we had to set something up because she wasn't walking. So, hey, I'll say it again. You got free will. You can try different things. This, in my view, isn't some kind of a simulation where everything's predetermined for us and everything is amoral. Sorry, Elon. I'm not merging with a machine. I'm not becoming your artificial intelligence master or slave. It's just never going to happen. With that being said, guys, 198 thumbs up. Let's get it to 2 before I sign off. But if we can't get it to 2, I understand. And I still love you guys. And I will see you all on the flip side. Hit the GoFundMe if you want to support me financially.